Hey guys, how are you doing? Let's hope you could hear me. I have my phone on like a weird, what's it called? Do not disturb mode. And I don't know if I put the volume up. So let's wait for somebody to hop on so we can get this video started. It's Sunday afternoon. I don't know what time it is. Like around 3 o'clock. And so I know we have some people who go to visits today. So hopefully, there are some people. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Caitlin. Can you guys hear me okay? I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. Hey, Chastity, I miss you. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb while I was, hey, Heather, I was just thinking about you the other day because I saw a whole bunch of people that were at the Prisoner Family Conference, and I was like, I haven't seen Heather in a really long time, so I'm happy you're on. So I was booking the venue for my sister's bridal shower, and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I shut all the volumes off. So can you just give me a thumbs up or anything so I know you could hear me okay, and that everything's okay with this one before we get started. Are we good, you guys? Sound great. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So I wanted to talk about a comment, a very rude comment I got by 3 separate people 3 times in 3 weeks. So it was basically how gonna have to stop going to visits or gonna have to start skipping visits so I could do certain things or so I could afford certain things that weren't luxuries, but things that I would need to budget to be able to do that are necessities. It looks like you're not going to be able to go to visit. And in my first response was very highly insulted. Second of all, anger. And then third of all, just my thought process was, why would I tell you not to see your husband or your wife? Could you even put that into the concept? Could you even... I feel like I'm at a loss for words right now, but could you even fathom doing that before you even threw out that suggestion? You go to sleep next to your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your fiance every night. So it's not a concept that went into your mind before you just threw that out. But do you think, well, he's in jail, so she's used to it? Do you think that we deserve that? Do you think that, well, you signed up for this, so it's just a price that you have to pay? So those were my thoughts, my anger and my being taken aback. And then I thought about it. One thing that we could do to help break the stigma that exists against us is to take a couple steps back. Not that I wasn't mad in the moment, and the people that were close to me, like my sister who had said it, I snapped on her, and I'm sorry, it happens. But also, I could use this as an experience to educate somebody, right? So I can flip it, give them a little bit of my perspective, and help to open their eyes as to why I won't skip a visit, why they're non-negotiable, why they should have a little bit more empathy, compassion, and think before they speak, because if tables were turned, how would they feel if that was coming from me about them visiting their husband or wife in jail? So I really took that into consideration. How would I like to respond in the future? I'd like to prepare myself for these things so I can help to break that stigma. Part of the stigma is just judgment. People judging us all the time based on their preconceived notions about why we're doing this, based on their just not thinking, based on not putting themselves in our shoes. And I think that that's anybody that's judging anybody in any situation or experience. I know that I've said ignorant, naive things to people that are in a situation that I just can't wrap my mind around being in, and I don't realize that I'm insulting them. So I think, but what the message that I want to pass along to you guys is just, first of all, I'm sharing this because I know that you've all been in this experience in one way or another, so you can relate. This happens to all of us. 2, we could start a conversation around, Heather's having a hard time not typing profanities, and I had a hard time not saying it to the people that I couldn't, but believe me, I did say them to the people that I was close enough to, because it's so judgmental and it's so rude. And why would you expect me? I only see my husband once a month. Yes, I put myself in this situation. You don't have any say in my relationship, nor do you have any say where my finances go. Unless you're paying my way to and from visit, which you are not. I work hard for my money, that I support myself as all that I'm aware of, almost all of my members do as well. So all of our family, all of our members. So nobody has to say where we spend our money. And why would you just assume that because I'm in this position that it's okay for me? Well, she doesn't see him anyway, but you go to sleep next to your husband or wife every night. So why would you just automatically assume that it's totally fine with me? Shouldn't you be like, go to visit because you know what it's like to be by? I don't know. But anyway, so I would really like to, first of all, I said this because you owe no one an explanation. They can sit in uncomfortable silence until they get in a place to hear. Then I'll share with them. Ooh, I like that. Then I'll share with them when I feel like it. So Heather saying that her response would just be not to say anything and let them feel like a jerk. Hard time not saying profanities myself. Yeah, and if it's somebody, I think you have to judge the situation based off of your relationship with that person. So like, let's say, this is not the case, but let's say it was my boss at my corporate office who does not know about my relationship. I would handle that very differently than I would handle it with my sister or with a relative. Or, if you're having a professional conversation with somebody, you guys know. But I was saying this, one, to get it off my chest, two, to get comments back like that to help me know how to and learn how to react in these situations or other situations. Three, so we can all help each other, because sometimes I like to be prepared for these things so we're not thrown too far off. Like, there's been situations where people have said the most judgmental things, and I literally am at a loss for words because I cannot wrap my mind around the fact that they just insulted me so harshly to my face. How is that okay? Because, like Heather said, I could very easily rip you apart real fast, but I'm not rude like that. So, and believe me, if they go below the belt, there's times I might go below the belt and punch back, and there's times I might just sit there in silence and not respond in anything and make them feel like a jerk, if they're even like cognizant enough to feel like a jerk, because it sounds like a very arrogant thing to do. But and I also wanted to just pass this on to you guys and give you kind of ammo to say back. You could use it as a way to educate somebody and say, if you were in my position, or if your husband was away for couple months, or whatever the case may be, would you really want somebody telling you not to see her or him? Come on. I work at a very stressful place. I will spend my money how I please. Last time I checked, I was an adult. Lisa, absolutely. Very, very well said. It's hard, because we live in this place all the time, and then getting those responses, it's just so stupid. I would and will never deny my love for my husband, my time, my money, my business. Too many people forget that God forgives everyone regardless of the sin. Yes. We as humans, I can't see. I have to click hold on, I hope this doesn't. Okay, we as humans put levels on it. I'm proud to love him. I love that. I absolutely think those are amazing words. Yeah, and people sometimes just don't think. And you know what? One of those three people is somebody who is extremely supportive of me and Adam and our relationship. It's just that I think people don't think before they speak, and sometimes there's hidden judgment when that comes up that they don't even realize is there, when they're outwardly supportive of your relationship. But, and maybe that's not a necessarily terrible situation to be in. It hurts when you hear those words. But when it does come out from somebody that's being supportive, it's something that you can use to teach them. Like in this one situation, I was like, wow, I wasn't an asshole about it because they didn't mean it to be a jerk. They meant it like, well, if you need money for something, you could take money from your visits. They didn't know that at the time, my visits are non-negotiable. They also didn't know that I was going to nicely call them out and say, how would you feel if tables were turned? Or, because then you could get back from somebody, well, I wouldn't be in your situation. And then that would take me down a dark road. But it was a way for me to expose the judgment that still lived inside of that person that they didn't even know was there, because they were so openly supportive of me and my relationship. And I think that's the beauty of using this experience to educate people. Because I'm not going to lie, you guys, there was a point in my life before I got re-wrapped up in this situation where I judged people who were in the shoes that I am now. And I learned very quickly that you don't judge people. However, there might be biases still back in your mind or in your gut that you do honestly not even know exist. And it takes these types of situations for them to come out and you to realize, what am I doing? What am I thinking? Wow, that's in there. Let's explore it. Let's talk through it. Let's get over it and get to the other side of it, because I'm not paying those bills. I'm not in that relationship. You know what I mean? And it could be in any area of anybody's life. It doesn't have to be just with being a prison wife. That's just what we are right now. But explore your biases and see the things that come out of your mouth. They might not even be your thoughts and true thoughts and ideas. They're probably somebody else's thoughts and somebody else's ideas that were either handed down to you or you formulated in your mind due to a judgment or a belief that you developed because of something in your life. Like, for example, I was watching Ilana, I think that's how you say her name. It's a beautiful name, but I can't ever say it. But she's on OWN, the OWN network. And she was helping, what's her name? Hazel E., the reality star, which I had never heard of until I saw this show. And she was doing kind of like an intervention type of thing, because she is a very light-skinned black woman, and she was attacking darker-skinned black women on her Twitter, and it blew up into this huge thing, and Ilana was trying to help her explore that. What came out of that was that she was sexually assaulted by two dark-skinned black women when she was 5 or 6 years old, and so she developed this hatred or these emotions, understandably, towards those women, but in turn towards all dark-skinned black women, and they worked through that. So the point of me telling you, it was an amazing episode. I loved every minute of it. It was on last night, but I'm sure you can catch it if you're interested. So good. But anyway, they helped her explore those emotions, and they helped her realize that all of the black women and all women across the board, no matter what nationality and ethnicity and race and no matter what color of their skin, should work together. And it was beautiful. The point is, we develop beliefs and belief systems in our heads based off of either somebody else's opinions, maybe things our parents said, or things that the stories that we've told ourselves and we've internalized throughout our lifetime. And it's something that's not even yours or not even true, and you have to explore it. So in this situation with the right person, it wasn't just a derogatory, hurtful comment, or I would have handled it a different way. But in this situation with that one person in particular, I used it as a way to educate him and to pull out that preconceived notion and that belief that he had deep down, although he was outwardly supportive of my relationship, he was inwardly having some sort of conflict and judging me. So we talked through it, and it was really cool. So that's it. I hope you guys, if you had visit this weekend, had amazing visits. We are so close. I'm so excited to the relaunch of the strongprisonwives.com website. I think we're only a couple of weeks away. I'm so excited for you guys to see it, because it is it's going to be so much more useful for you than the old clunky wannabe social network, but not really very difficult to use website. I'm sorry, it's old. It needed this relaunch and this revamp for a really long time. We hooked up with an amazing tech team, so Mama's seen it. So look forward to that in a couple of weeks. We actually have some features on there that you guys have been asking for a really long time, and probably don't even realize that you've been asking for them. Those will be made available to you. Tech team totally figured that out and incorporated it for us. The business ladies have been amazing to get that up and running. The social media ladies have been amazing as far as a lot of things that are going to be offered from that perspective. So exciting for you guys. So you guys keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to it all being behind you. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you in the next video, and see you very, very, very soon on the new and improved website. Cannot wait to show you, and we'll announce it everywhere once it's up and ready to go. Love you guys. Bye.